Action in the girls 4, 5, and 6A.
Now on the award stand, Class 4A girls high jump. In 8th place from Augusta,
Good day
Reagan
for
Davis.
track and field. Good
2-8
day
time
for the field
6th.
events.
From
As we
Hayes,
go to
Jason
the
Dale.
5A 2-mile, we've been talking about.
You're
some
pretty
of the
excited
races.
about this race.
This is going to be a good race. You've got 4 guys separated by 3 seconds, all in the 940s, which is motoring along pretty good. Not going to challenge the state record by any stretch, set by Dwight Davis back in 1996 of 9:14. But you were looking at Dylan Miller, Jacob Kocher, Ethan Marshall of Aquinas, and William Cole of Aquinas. So 2 runners from Aquinas, 1 from Blue Valley and 1 from Mill Valley. And so these guys have all seen each other a lot too. So this is going to be quite the fight, and we'll see how this all pans out. Right now, that is Andover's Alexander Mohn, who's no slouch himself. He's gone 10:05, so he is more than capable of eclipsing the 10-minute mark as well.
Again, Alexander Mohn out to the early lead, but way too early to really be talking about leads and things of this nature, but kind of spreading it out a little more than the girls' race we just saw.
Well, I think we talked about that. I think these 4 guys are going to want to try to take as many people out of this race as possible. They're going to want to get out there by 2 or 3 laps. They want this to be about a 3 or 4 or 5-person fight. They don't want anybody else in there that can tangle you up or throw things out.
Basically, use their speed just to get away from everybody.
If you're in the middle, if you're one of these guys here, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, you may want to try to get up there to the front. You may want to try to control the pace a little bit. Get up to the front and then try to just ease the throttle back a little bit. Try to see if you can keep them behind you. See if you can slow the pace down, make it a little more of a tactical race. Andover's, of course, Mohn is not going to let that happen because he's just really tried to just bust this open and try to put some distance and try to put pressure on everybody else as the rest of the field just very relaxed, trying to make their way back up here. And it's going to start being a little more of a pack race. We're looking at about 6, 7, 8 guys that are capable of staying in here at least for most of this fight.
It's getting a little more bunched up now. It's a long way to go. And you're watching the 5A boys 3,200-meter final here at the Kansas State Track and Field Championships at Cessna Stadium. As we're getting close to winding up day 1 of all the preliminaries and the finals and field events and finals in the 3,200.
And that was a pretty quick half mile. That was no slouch. Mohn was on the accelerator pretty good. He definitely pushed the pace in this, and now starting to get a little more of a pack and things settling down a little bit more. We'll see what happens here with these 4 guys. Really, I say 4 because they're the 4 under 10 minutes, but you're looking at Benjamin Koenig from Olathe East. He's run 10 flat. You're looking at Marcelo Cruz from Dodge City. He's run 10:01. Mays.
By the way, it's Nathan Jones from Mays now up there near the lead and in the lead.
Nathan more than capable as well of putting up a pretty good number. So we'll see how this all pans out. We'll see how long they stay in a pack right here. You got to think the 2 Aquinas runners who are certainly familiar with each other are going to start trying to push that issue a little bit.
I think they're side by side right now, actually. The 2
sitting
Aquinas.
right there in 3rd and 4th.
That'd be Ethan Marshall and William Cole.
And so for Mays, again, that is Nathan Jones, and he's gone 10:11. He's certainly capable of going under. Again, these numbers are a little bit deceiving. We've talked about the regionals, Len, and what it means because the weather has been so bad that especially during the regional time and some of these seed times are certainly a little bit on the deceptive side. But you got to think that this really is going to be a fight between about 5 or 6 of these kids.
And Nathan Jones is taking the lead as a slight edge. And one of those St. Thomas Aquinas runners, and I'm trying to find a number there, and that's Ethan Marshall, who just slipped into the lead. But again, very bunched up here. Ethan Marshall, again from St. Thomas Aquinas. His teammate is William Cole, who is just right behind him now.
Yeah, right there at bib 30-35, and still hanging on there from Andover. Alex Mohn looking good. very comfortable through the mile in about 4:50, 4:48, so not too bad. That is, you're looking at a 9:45, 9:50 pace, unless they start pushing the issue a little bit more here.
Shadows, maybe a slight little breeze right now. I assume this is pretty good conditions for these guys.
Other than it's warm, it is hot. You would like it really to be about 20 degrees cooler, and maybe even a little bit more. You like it to be in the 40s and 50s.
Really?
40s may be a little bit chilly for this, but definitely you don't want it to be any warmer than in the 60s. And the absence of wind, if you get 60 degrees in sunshine, you're pretty warm. You figure after 2 miles, a runner's inner body temperature is running probably between 20 and 25 degrees above ambient temperature. So if you're looking at, if it's running 60 degrees, it's feeling more like about 85 or 90 for you. So you're running at 85 degrees or 80 degrees like it is right now, it's feeling more like 100 or 105. And so you definitely start feeling it.
Alexander Moen from Andover, who was out to the early lead, back in that lead, and taking a peek behind him too to see what was going on.
Still a little busy. Fortunately, these guys are racing a lot cleaner than that 5A girls race, which was a scrum
all
on
the way
feet,
to the very
all
end.
the way to the end. And these guys using some good common sense, knowing that there's just a lot of race left to go. A little bit of a trip right there, but that was just incidental. These are the packs where you start getting those big tracks up your legs. You start getting spiked in the knees, start getting spiked in the quads. If you start getting a little bit close, the shoes come up. You start getting snug there. You can start getting scratched up a little.
I got to ask, there's an official right on the track at the white flag there looking over things just as he was checking to see if.
That is to make sure you do not step on the curbing, make sure you do not step off the track. If there is a push, it's got to be pretty drastic. But right now, I think the main thing is just make sure that you are the corner judge, make sure there's nothing bad going on, make sure that you're not stepping off the track.
And William Cole from St. Thomas Aquinas is now in the second place as the Aquinas runners have been trading places.
And Kirby Deppenbush, he's gone 9:59, and the Great Bend Panther, he's up there right now. So he is moving into the fourth spot and looking pretty comfortable. It's the one with the shorter hair, now moving up on the outside. So he is looking pretty good. Nathan Jones still hanging in there in the red over black from Mays. And it is still a pretty good pack of runners. Matthew Harding, who's run 10:07 or had a seat time of 10:07, he's also in this fight. And laboring a little bit from Aquinas, that looks like that's Ethan Marshall, who's maybe starting to
he fell
feel
back
a little bit ill. He has fallen back quite a bit.
And the pace is picking up right here.
Well, it is, and that is Great Bend's Kirby Deppenbush. You got to wonder if he's going to try to steal one here, because they are looking at 1 lap to go, and Deppenbush looking very strong right here. Moen from Andover is still in the fight as well. Look at Deppenbush really start to sprint away, but you got to wonder if he is trying to steal this race, if he's using a little bit too much energy, because that is an awful lot of arm swing right now for
Kirby Deppenbush.
300
He started
meters
that
to
move
go.
pretty early. Again, this is the bell lap, 1 lap to go.
And the guys from Aquinas that we expected to factor into this race are nowhere to be found right now. It is Moen from Andover out there as well.
Alexander Moen from Andover has run a pretty consistent race,
and
and he's
here
picking
he
up
comes.
the pace.
Yeah, Moen with a great stride. You got to wonder if Deppenbush maybe didn't go a little bit early. He started kicking with about 350 meters to go, and here comes Moen, who had the lead early, and now he is on the home stretch. He and Deppenbush fighting for everything that they can bring, and Moen starting to pull away a little bit, and Moen in an upset is going to win the 3,200 meters in 5A in an outstanding time of 9:33.
What a terrific race for him as he